What if the ordinary quarter sitting right now in your pocket or drawer was secretly carrying an incredible untold story from 1970 that could completely change the way you look at everyday American history forever? Imagine holding a small, cold piece of metal that has traveled through millions of hands across decades. On the surface, it's just 25 cents. Nothing special, but this particular 1970 Washington quarter holds whispers from noisy mint halls, hidden design secrets, and a deep emotional connection to one of the most dramatic and transformative years in modern American life. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you might find yourself urgently searching through your own change, old jars, or family collections with fresh eyes and a racing heart. What hidden secret does this coin contain? Why do collectors get so emotionally attached? And what will you discover if you keep watching? In the soft, focused light of a quiet coin shop late at night, serious collectors lean forward, their breath held. Their fingers move slowly, almost reverently, turning this seemingly plain coin again and again. Why this reaction? Because this is not ordinary metal. This is 1970 frozen in time, a copper nickel-clad quarter born during an era of massive national change, the Vietnam War still raging, civil rights movements reshaping society, the incredible afterglow of the moon landing, and a country caught between hope and uncertainty. This little quarter was minted right in the heartbeat of that turbulent time. Let's travel back together, cinematic style, as if stepping into a time machine. The Washington Quarter Series began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The talented sculptor John Flanagan created that powerful, dignified profile we all recognize. For decades, it shone in 90% silver, but by 1970, everything had changed. The coin was now clad, a copper core beautifully wrapped in copper nickel layers. Many people dismiss these clad coins as less valuable, but don't make that mistake. In the hands of someone who truly understands, this 1970 quarter comes alive with history, emotion, and surprising possibilities. Close your eyes and picture the scene in 1970. The Philadelphia Mint working at full speed. Giant coin presses thundering like drums, day and night, producing more than 136 million quarters without any mint mark. Over in Denver, even larger numbers rolled out, each marked with that small, distinctive D. And in San Francisco, skilled craftsmen prepared elegant proof versions with the S mark, specially for collectors. Every single coin became a tiny, silent time capsule from 1970, ready to enter the pockets of everyday Americans. Now, let's examine this exact coin from the image, slowly, like a detective studying evidence. On the obverse side, George Washington stares forward with calm strength and determination. The word liberty curves proudly across the top. In God We Trust sits to the left, and the date 1970 is clearly stamped at the bottom. Flip it over, and you meet the majestic heraldic eagle, wings spread wide in power and protection. It clutches 13 arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other, symbols of war and peace. Surrounding it are the powerful words, United States of America, a pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. Every tiny feather, every leaf, every line was engraved with incredible care. But here is exactly where the real suspense begins. Most people look at this coin for just a second and move on. They completely miss the hidden details that make certain 1970 quarters incredibly special. There are faint doublings on some letters, tiny die cracks, repunched mint marks, or striking imperfections that turn an ordinary coin into a rare treasure. The way perfect light dances across a pristine, uncirculated surface can reveal a glowing luster that takes your breath away. Even the plain Philadelphia coins with no mint mark fascinate new collectors. What if the coin currently in your possession has one of these rare minting varieties? A dramatic double strike, an off-center error, or something even more legendary, like the famous 1970s proof quarters that show unusual characteristics still discussed passionately by experts today. These stories are real discoveries that transform casual hobbyists into dedicated treasure hunters overnight. The excitement keeps building when you dive deeper into mint marks and production numbers, that tiny D located behind Washington's hair on Denver minted coins, the S on beautiful proof coins from San Francisco, Philadelphia's quiet decision to leave coins unmarked. Each mark tells its own dramatic story about how many were made, the quality standards of that mint, and how many have survived after more than 50 years. Although over 500 million quarters were produced in 1970, finding one in truly exceptional condition feels almost impossible. And that is exactly where the thrilling hunt begins. This brings us to one of the most emotional parts of the story, the critical importance of condition and professional grading. A well-worn, circulated 1970 quarter might still only be worth its face value. But hold a beautiful example graded MS 65 or higher, with sharp details, almost no bag marks, and that attractive original mint luster, and suddenly serious collectors start paying attention. Proof coins, especially those with attractive cameo contrast, can bring meaningful premiums. Realistic market values for nice, uncirculated examples often range from $5 to $20, while truly exceptional pieces and rare errors can go higher depending on demand and certification. Picture this powerful cinematic moment. Late at night, a dedicated collector sits alone in his study. Soft lamplight falls gently on the table. He holds a jeweler's loupe to his eye, heart beating faster as he slowly rotates the 1970 quarter. Every tiny scratch tells a personal journey. Perhaps it once paid for groceries during tough times, rested in a soldier's pocket during the Vietnam era, or jingled in a child's hand. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC act as the ultimate storytellers, turning simple metal into certified pieces of American heritage. But why do people become so deeply emotionally attached to these coins? This is where the psychology of collecting touches something profound inside all of us. It goes far beyond money. It is about human connection to the past. When you hold a 1970 quarter, you are literally touching a survivor from an era filled with both incredible achievements and painful struggles. You can almost feel the optimism of the space age, the tension of social change, and the everyday resilience of ordinary families. Collectors are preserving living stories. They experience the adrenaline rush of the hunt, the deep satisfaction of completing a set, and the quiet pride of owning something that has outlasted generations. Imagine your own grandparents possibly holding this very same coin decades ago. A busy mother using it to buy milk and bread, a hard-working father giving it as change after a long day. These emotional threads connect us across time in ways that feel almost magical. Yet here comes another suspenseful mini cliffhanger. What if the 1970 quarter you are looking at right now holds a secret you still haven't discovered? A subtle die crack, an unusual strike, or simply that rare, perfectly preserved surface that makes it a true survivor among hundreds of millions. As we slowly zoom out, soft, dramatic music rising, we understand something deeply moving. These humble 1970 quarters are far more than just currency. They are quiet survivors. They are eyewitnesses to history. They serve as small but powerful bridges connecting us to our shared American past. In the end, the beautiful lesson this coin teaches us is both simple and profound. Real value is not always obvious at first glance. Sometimes the most ordinary-looking things carry the most extraordinary meaning. Whether you find a common circulated example that reminds you of simpler times or a high-grade rarity, the greatest joy always lies in the journey of discovery itself. So the next time you receive change, don't just pocket it. Pause. Look closer. Feel its weight. Ask yourself the important questions, because inside that small disc of metal might be waiting a fascinating personal story that has been searching for you. What surprising find will you make today? Don't just watch. Start your own hunt. The exciting world of coin collecting is calling your name, and this 1970 quarter might just be the beginning of an unforgettable adventure. The past is closer than you think. Sometimes it's right there in your hand.